within this shape, I may have a couple of parts, right? Let me just see. Okay, so we got this. We have the height, and height, incidentally, is easier for us to judge by sight than width. I don't know why, but I start usually with how high, how tall something is. So top of the head, bottom of the chin, let's say, or top of the head to the feet if it's a figure. And I get that height, and then that height doesn't change, right? It stays the same. And then I get my width by measuring the height, finding the width. So, but if we look at this proportion thing and we take the whole from top to bottom, and then we look at the relationship of the stem connecting to the pear, right? It's about there. And then that stem to the rest of the body of the pear is B, right? So there's A, there's B. Okay. Pretty pretty simple, right? So we're just checking things. Another way is to, let's say we take the height of the body of the pear, and now we need to find the width. What are we going to do? Well, I'm going to take that, rotate it, and then take a comparative measurement from the height of that pear to the width of the pear, say at the widest part. And I'm going to find it's taller than it is wide at the widest part of the pear. So it's going to be a little less, right? If we change the color of this one, let's say, we'll make this like this. Okay, so the red one is a little bit longer than the blue one. So I don't get too technical about it. If I can find that it's exactly halfway or it's a third, I'll go for that. But if it's anything a little more or less than a half, or more or less than like a third, a half, or three quarters, I just kind of go, it's a little less. So I'm not too, precise about it. But I know that if I take this measurement of A here, this one, and I use my pencil, and I mark off that space, and then I tilt it like this, right? I'm going to know to draw the width a little bit less, right? Not all the way here, a little bit less. And then I can check that. Okay, so I'll take kind of an initial measurement, a kind of a rough estimate, and then I'll check it, right? I'll make a guess, an educated guess based on that vertical measurement, a little less, put that down on the paper, make a mark, and then I'll check that. So what else could we do here? We could say, um, let's say we want to kind of know this part of the pear right here. There seems to be, a skinny part of the pear, and then you've got a kind of a rounder, wider part. Okay, well, where's that? Well, maybe that's a third. That seems to me to be around a third. So if I could split this pear into thirds, thirds work because it's kind of obvious where this width change occurs. I could split it into half, but it's sort of half doesn't really help me that much. Or we could, again, do the total length from the tim to the tip of the stem, and we could find out maybe, what is that? Maybe that's a quarter, roughly speaking, right? So now I've got a fourth. So I could divide it by fourths, and I could take that one known unit here, and then just move it down until I find and account for the total height of my pear, right? So I'll use that one unit. That becomes my unit of measurement, a fourth. In this scenario, I used a third to find how tall that pear is, or within the pear, where does that change come, where it starts to become wider. Okay, so that's sort of the proportion part. It's taking a comparative measurement of one thing in the pear or the face and comparing it to another thing. So we take the height, compare it to the width. We take a stem and we compare it to the total length or the total width, right? You could use this stem and find, how, let's see, we take this stem here. That's that stem. We can move it and say, how does this leaf compare to that known unit of the stem? Because that's going to be my unit of measure. And I could say, well, maybe we're lucky. It's twice as long, roughly. Okay, that's pretty cool, right? Now I don't have to guess exactly where that stem is. Now I have other tools I can use to compare that, see if that's right. So let's move on to tool number 2.